Good morning, I'm Pastor Anthony, and here are some things that I've been thinking about this week. Some of you may know that I love to ride bikes. I love to race bikes. It's a ton of fun. And this past weekend, I raced in the Resolution Cup State Cyclocross race in Garland, Texas, and let me just tell you, it was a blast. But I learned some things about ministry through this experience, and I want to be able to share those with you guys today. So before we get to my thoughts on ministry, let me tell you a little bit about what happened in the race. So it's Saturday morning. I was ready to go. My body was ready and I was trained for the event. I had all my gear ready. My bike was in top shape and good to go. Around 8 a.m., I get to the starting line with all the other riders, and let me just tell you, the anticipation was high. You could cut the tension with a knife. Everybody's nervous and ready to go. But I knew as I'm sitting there, I had to put on a solid performance. And I knew that my preparation going into this was going to pay off. Well, the starting whistle blows and we are off like a shot. The group was racing at a fast and furious pace around the track, and I was making my way through the pack of riders to get to the front. I wanted to win. But then, about 3/4 of the way through the race, or actually the first lap, I came around a corner, my back wheel washes out, and it all came undone. I hear a pop and a pfft. I look back and my back tire was completely flat. I did what I could to complete the lap and make it back to the start, but I was really bummed out because as I'm going back, I'm going slower, and the riders that I had just previously passed kept coming around me. In fact, I fell all the way to the back of the field, and when I finally reached the finish line, the race was still going strong, but I had lost a lot of time. I was all the way back in the very last. Then a moment of hope happened. I looked over to the side of the finish line, and there was what I needed to get my tire fixed. So I got it done. I put it all back together, and I got back out there. I knew that even though I had lost some time, I was still able to ride, and that would be good. So I rode the rest of the race, fighting tooth and nail to get back to the group and pass as many as I could. And I'll tell you, I caught many of them. But the leaders of the race were just so far gone, so far ahead that I couldn't catch them. And like I said before, even with the flat, this was a blast. Even though it was kind of discouraging or a letdown, it was still a ton of fun. As I've been thinking about this race, I've learned a few things about ministry through this. Let me tell you one right now, and here it is. You may have the best preparation in the world, but one small misstep can take you out of the race. Brothers and sisters, you may be the smartest person in your church. You may have gone to the best seminary. You may have the godliest family heritage. Your grandpappy may be a pastor, your father may be a pastor, or even you may have the best theological library. But let me tell you, one sin can take you out of the ministry. Brothers and sisters, we have to run the race of ministry with intention and endurance, casting off any sin that would hold you back from your best for God. You know, as I think about this, I think about Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1 and 2. Therefore, since we have such a large cloud of witnesses surrounding us, let us lay aside every hindrance and sin that so easily ensnares us. Let us run the race with endurance that lies before us, keeping our eyes on Jesus, the source and perfecter of our faith. You know, as I think about these things, I hope they are an encouragement to you, and I hope that you have a blessed week, and I will see you next time.